Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be healed. I brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Robbins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues, and we are brought to you by the Red, White, and Blue. Appreciate you tuning in this week. This week, I've got a guest on here that is going to talk about a business here locally in Oxford that you veterans need to pay attention to. And the other guest is going to be a repeat, coming back on to visit with us. I've got Dale Harbin and Alan Robinson from Oxford Tire Service. So stay where you are. I got some good information for you. Be right back. Welcome back. Today's guests are Dale Harbin and Alan Robinson, and I'll explain that to you in just a minute, how that works. But first, I want to welcome to the show. Alan, good to see you again. Dale,
hey,
good to have you on here for the first time. Dale Harbin, and Dale is Oxford Tire, for those of you that remembers from a time back when Alan Robinson was on here, and we was talking about the discounts for veterans. And that's our connection today. Dale Harbin is the new manager or owner, whatever, and Alan still works at Oxford Tire. Am I right there? Y'all correct me now if I'm wrong, because this is confusing here. But it's under new ownership, and it's but still giving some of the same services in the past, but going to do some more.
That's right.
Do additional. And I guess you're excited about that, Alan?
Yes, very excited. Glad to be back after a few months off. But
yeah. What'd you do?
Well, I got kicked out of the house.
Yeah, but I mean, were you deer hunting, fishing?
Did a little of that, working around the house, things like that.
Honeydew?
Honeydews, that's right.
Oh, gotcha.
But, you know, I'd just been working all my life, so was glad to get back in. Working
the same place.
Just a few days a week, doing something I've done all my life.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's before we get into this with you, Dale. I'd like the control room to bring up some IDs. You're going to give a discount to veterans.
That's correct.
There's several forms of identification, and these are some of the. One of them is a driver's license. You'll notice the circle part says veteran on my driver's license. That's one form of identification as a veteran. There's a health card from the VA, and that's another form proving that you're a veteran. And here's your defense. This is your military and retired ID card. That's just three forms that people could present to you to show you that they are in fact a veteran, and they get a 10% discount on the overall purchase.
Yes, sir.
But I want to make sure now, when we do this with anyone, the place we've done it requests that they say up front, notified, like in a restaurant, you got a ticket, a coupon, as Ron White one, a coupon. If you got a coupon, do it up front. That way you don't have to take it off put it in the cash register, then take it off. So if you're going to identify yourself as a veteran, notify you up front that I'm a veteran and I want those 4 tires over there. Or I want the 4 tires and I'm a veteran, you know. Either way. Everybody got that? Y'all got that?
Yes,
sir.
There's
a lot of different IDs for that. But anyhow, that's something, an appreciation. I know I used to talk every week about Oxford Tire's appreciation to veterans. And so you're going to carry that theme on. I was talking out in the green room about one time a person came in and told Alan, I'm not a veteran, but I do appreciate you taking care of veterans out there. So there's a lot of veterans in here from this Fort McClellan area and the military too. So we want them to feel appreciated. Now, Dale, this is not your first rodeo. You've been in the tire automotive business before. I was trying to remember the name. It was Superior.
Superior Tire Service. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's when I first met you. That was back 19. Bo was a pub.
Right.
But anyhow, you decided you needed something to do too?
Yes, sir. I had been at Lowe's for the last 4 years, and Alan called me back in April and wanted to know if I was ready to get back in the tire business. And here I am. I'm back. So, you know, it's something I enjoy. It's something that I grew up doing, just like Alan. We both grew up in the tire business from, you know, children up, you know, and so it's something you know, that I really enjoy doing.
You know, I've been associated with Oxford Tire for a decade or more, maybe longer than that. I don't know. I can't even remember buying tires there. I can't. I think I did buy a couple. Most of my business has been on other automotive things.
Yes.
And I mean, it's like when I send somebody says, I got an alternator problem, I got a battery problem, I got a fuel pump problem, brake problem, I always say, go down to Oxford Tire. I never hesitated that there was anything that I couldn't send somebody down there. You remember something I sent you, don't you, Al?
I do. We appreciate it.
Dale, I got to tell you this one. One time I had an awful smell in my van. I could not tell you, but I had lost the cap off of my windshield washer, and a doggone squirrel had got in there and passed away. We didn't have a funeral for him, but he passed away, and it smelled up my car. His guys pulled it all out in the pieces it was. That was an office mess. And that's doesn't fall into any of the manuals you got.
That's right.
for a mechanic. What are some of the things you do in there different now than you used to do under Alan now?
Well, of course, Alan and his family, they've had a great business, and it's still a great business. We're an authorized dealer for Michelin, Uniroyal, and BF Goodrich, just like they've been in the past. We also carry the multi-mile line. One of the things that we're looking at adding and should be adding in the next few months to come is oil service. That's something we haven't had. Also, maybe a service truck to be able to do some roadside service. Those are some of the things, and also accessories. One of the things that I really like to do is bring in the accessories, such as wheels, custom wheels. You know, we can do bed liners, hitches, radios, toolboxes. I mean, you name it. Any aftermarket products, there's a lot of that stuff that, you know, that we can get.
Yeah, I saw the toolbox on a pickup is really sharp. You're not going to sell them old spinner wheels, are you?
No.
I had a guy coming off of a ramp and into Highway 21, and as he stopped, his wheels kept spinning, but it gave the impression he was still coming in front of me. I locked up, and everybody behind me, tires squealing and everything, because the doggone spinner wheel. It was funny to a lot of people, except those behind me.
Yeah.
But anyhow, though you're talking about the accessories, you're not talking about gauges and things like that in there, are you?
No, just like aftermarket products, such as you know, running boards, the step Nerf bars, rails to go on the back of the truck. I mean, these are items that we can get, and a lot of folks don't know that we can get those, and so this is something that you know, that I feel like that we bring to the table, and I tell you, Oxford Tire's got such a good tradition, and it's been such a good business.
Yeah.
They've been here 41 years.
Yeah,
it was just an honor for me to get to come to Oxford Tire. I'll be honest with you, I'm honored to be able to even be there, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
You know.
I can tell, and there's a lot of people that know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm one of them. Bernard Robinson wasn't they on Noble Street at one time?
They were. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Robinson Tire or something down there.
He and his brother were there.
Yeah,
for
that's where I
18 years.
bought my first tires from y'all, down there. But to follow them and to look at him, his dad sitting over there, the old World War II veteran, and it was home. I mean, you go in there, you had a conversation. But it was just like you took your car to somebody who cared, and you're going to carry that on, right?
Yes, sir.
We got to go to a break. I got to carry this on, or we can't stay in business. We're going to go to a pause, come back. I got more with Alan and Dale. Stay where you at. Dale and Alan. Welcome back in. We're talking with Dale Harbin and Alan Robinson, the Oxford Tire Company here in Oxford. What is that address thing? Off the top of your head down there?
1609 Hamrick Drive East.
Hamrick Drive, I say it's Highway 78. So we all know where that's at. Now the phone number I want to put up there, I want to make sure if somebody has got a question, if they have your tire or whatever, the phone number is 256-831-6320. 831-6320, and give Dale a call, and or Alan, whoever. And that we were talking at the end of it about the Robinson legacy or whatever. That's kind of like going in the military and having to fit dad's shoes, you know, or something like that, to you couldn't take a business like Oxford Tire and run it a different way and expect it to be successful, because so many people expected so much of these. Where's old Tommy at? Tommy Doyle. We can't do without talking about Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy's here. He's helping his wife. They assist her on Sweet Repeats, which is a twice a year consignment sale of children's clothes, and he's working pretty hard with that.
You was talking about, Dale, you were talking about service truck. I can remember running over something, cutting a tire on my Avalanche at one time, and here comes Tommy. And then he had to go back and get something else. But I mean, I was desperate, feeling, what am I going to do? I know if I call a service truck, I'm going to be put on a rollback or something. But he took it there, went on down to Oxford Tire, they fixed it, and I was back in business. And I think Tommy said, I probably never did tell him, but now you do brake work there and alignments. Do you do alignments?
Yes, brakes, alignments. We can do a 2-wheel or 4-wheel alignment, shock, struts. We do all kind of automotive work. There's electrical. We got Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian's got years of experience. He's just a great guy. He's our top mechanic there. Mm-hmm. And he can take real good care of you. He's really knowledgeable with everything.
Yeah. I was gonna talk about Adrian, so I'm glad you let in that. He worked for you, Alan, right?
He did.
How long has he been there? You know?
He's been there 6 years.
And I tell you what, I wouldn't, from taking a squirrel out of my windshield washer or whatever, I would not hesitate a bit. He saved me a lot of money. And people I have sent there, it's one thing to recommend somebody for a job and then not turn out, or send somebody to a food place and that food be awful. I have yet to send somebody to Oxford Tire and they say, man, that place ripped me off or whatever. It's always thank you for sending me there, or telling me about it. So if you're continuing that and then going to pile on, then I don't see anything other than success for the store. Mm-hmm. But I noticed a lot of changes around there already. You've done a lot of, you got a young lady that works there answering the phone instead of this old white-headed boy. What's her name?
Her name's Crystal Ivy, and she's doing a great job for us. She started a few months ago, and it's really helped us. We went to computer. We've done some other things that, just kind of updated some things. We've got updated some equipment, some other things, The store was in really good shape. Everything's in good shape there, other than, anytime you come in, you want to look at different things. Like if we're going to do some custom wheels, and we needed a new wheel changing machine, and so we bought us a new wheel changing machine and just stuff like that. But I tell you that like you were talking about, the reputation of Oxford Tire, it's just excellent. And the biggest thing is just treating people the way you want to be treated. Making sure people are treated fair and given a fair price and happy when they leave there. And that's our goal, is to make sure that people are satisfied with what we do.
Well, I want you to tell me who these people are, but these people watch us from Tuscaloosa all over the state on ATT, Uverse, and other accesses. But I want to find out where the furthest one is that comes in there, because I know there's somebody out there thinking about buying some tires first of the year. Income tax is back. I was going to put them brush guard. Do you put a brush guard on?
We can get brush guards for most all vehicles. So if you're wanting a price, just give us a call. We'll get you a good price on it, and we can have the merchandise in just, if we don't have it in stock, in just a few days.
Yeah. The only thing I ever thought that Alan and them was missing down there was a old pot-bellied stove and people sitting down spitting in the sand and telling stories, because it was home. It was reminded me back the old general store days. But it's a different puppy today than it was a few years ago, and I can see that on the horizon y'all going to go doing some other stuff that I'm going to have to try to keep up with. But for the people that's in the Oxford, Anniston, Talladega area, there's probably nothing you got on your car that y'all couldn't. You don't want to build engines and things like that, but normal procedures, you got that covered, right?
Pretty much, yes, sir. There's Adrian can do so many different things, and it's one of those deals. If you come in and if it's something that we can handle, we're going to tell you up front, hey, we can't do that. But most of the stuff we can do. So but He's straight up. We look at the stuff, your vehicle, and see what's going on with it and diagnose it. And we don't charge anything to check it to find out what's going on either. So that's a good thing. You know, a lot of times you go in different shops, and even if they scan your vehicle, they charge you to scan the vehicle just to find out what's going on. Well, we'll do that for you. I mean, we want to help you try to figure out what's going on with your vehicle so we can help you get it repaired.
Great. Alan, what are you doing? You're in sales now down there. Is that what?
I am. I'm actually out in the field doing outside sales, commercial calls, and calling on body shops, car lots, places that have fleets. That's what I'm doing. That's what I enjoyed most about it, but having several hats.
That's where I stop right there, because we're going to run out of time here. I want to make sure if you got a fleet of vehicles, you got a plumbing company with a bunch of vehicles, and you want to know that your vehicle, because that vehicle down is costing you money. You want to know that there's a place that you can take your vehicles to get them in, get them out, and get priority service, because that's your moneymaker. Is that what you're going to be doing with the fleets?
That's correct. I will actually be out calling on them, getting them in, and then Dale and the guys will take care of them when they come in. But we've always realized that if you've got that vehicle to make money and it's at a repair shop, it's not doing what you have for it.
I even see campers in there, but one thing, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you about before the show, I see a lot of FedEx vehicles there.
Yes.
Do you have a thing with them, or is that just they just come there because they like the business?
They come because they like the business. That was an account that Alan and that he had before, and we've been able to just keep moving forward with them, and they're a great company. We service a lot of companies' commercial accounts in Calhoun County, and of course we're always looking for more. And but FedEx is a great account for us. They really are. They're good people. They bring their stuff in, and we work on it frequently.
If anybody comes in there from TV24, you'll give them a cup of coffee or something.
Something.
I didn't know about the FedEx thing. I just know they was. When you see that vehicle in there, boy, I mean, if it ain't back on the road sharply,
that's right.
That's people in trouble there, because they were hauling something. Well, we down to a minute. I got to make sure we cover some things here. What'd you say the major tires you sell? What major brand?
Our major, Michelin, Uniroyal, BF Goodrich. We also carry our house. What we call our house tire is a multi-mile brand, which is made by Cooper, which is the Wild Country, the Grand Am radials. We carry all those in stock, pretty much the full line. And that's a good tire. It's been out. Boy, that tire's been out since the 70s, and it really does good. Good quality, good price. We do have that in stock all the time.
A year from now, what you gonna be down? We're gonna have you're gonna expand on over by Zach's?
I don't know. We'll see. We hope to keep going.
Second floor.
We hope to keep going. Yes, sir. Moving forward.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a privilege having you on here today, and good to see you again, Alan. And
thank you.
Tell the family I said hi, and I'm doing it right here. Hi, family. And Dale, we really hope you success down there. And if you want, we give the phone number, they can call, and I'll be down to see you.
I appreciate it very much, and thank you to our veterans. Appreciate them very much. Thank you.
See you on the flip side. We got to go to a break. Come back. I got news you can use. Stay right there. Be right back. Welcome back in. Thanks to Dale Harbin and Alan Robinson for coming in and doing the show today. And I want you to remember that number. And if you got any questions about Oxford Tire, you give me a call. I'm at home, and you've got my information on the screen here. So just call me, and I'll tell you how they treated me and others. So anyhow, this is I want you to the control room is going to bring up the tag, and I got to get your attention. This is the first of the year. If you're thinking about buying a new tag that for your vehicles, I want you to consider this, because this is the law enforcement tag. That's a universal insignia there. That shield with that red rose, that symbolizes the memorial in Washington, D.C. That's a fallen law enforcement officer, and it's universal. Now, you can have those little stickers on your car that says, we support the state trooper, whatever. That right there says it all, folks. That says you support all of law enforcement, whether it's deputies, troopers, police, and I'm not going to say that an officer following you is going to give you a break on speeding, but I'm going to tell you they're really going to show some respect for you with that tag, and you can get it at your tag office. Just tell them you'd like to see the law enforcement tag, and that money will help build the memorials up here in Anniston, and 5% I believe goes to the memorial in Washington D.C. So a very honorable thing. The Veterans Moments that you see on here every week, those are brought to you by Steve Hurst, Randy Wood, Barbara Boyd, and Cale Brown. And those, the legislature's in session as we speak today, and they'll be working on veterans bills. I know our liaison at the Department of Veterans Affairs is getting some bills to introduce on your behalf, you veterans out there and families. And we'll be talking about them in Veterans Moments. Last year, 16 bills were passed that affect just veterans, but you don't know about it unless we tell you about it here on Veterans Issues. So when you see the Veterans Moments, if you see Randy Wood or any of those other guys and Steve Hurst, you tell them thank you for that, because that's telling you what's out there for them. And you saw the driver's license with the word veteran in it. That helps you with identifying yourself as a veteran in a lot of places for discounts, et cetera. So you can get that at the, go to the tag office, go to the state troopers here in Calhoun County and take them your copy of your DD-214, and that way you get your the word veteran put on your license. So now the Veterans Court is doing great. We've got about 31 counties in the state of Alabama out of the 67 that's already participating in that. Judge Brenda Stedham has the court here in Calhoun County. And if you'd like to be a mentor in that, you give me a call and I can hook you up with Judge Stedham. That is an awesome deal that they're doing. That gives a veteran a chance not to have to be incarcerated and not to have a record that would cause them from being able to enter the law enforcement or something like that. So it's a great win-win for the veteran and the community. Gadsden State does have the Upward Bound program. If you're interested in that, give me a call on that if you're a veteran. And we're going to be getting a lot of you coming home from Afghanistan, so your spouses out there, keep my number handy and give them a call. And let's see, the Community Foundation is P.O. Box 1826, Anniston 36202. That's where you can help get a tax donation to help us build those memorials up there in Anniston, and help us out on that. This week's shout out go out to all my friends down at IHOP, Michelle, Shoshone, and the other, Miss Betty Carr, folks down at Home Depot, Christina, Kim, Ashley, Haida, Bella, and Caitlin. And this week's salute goes out to all those that are serving in harm's way. See you next week here on Veterans Issues. Salute.